Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone Horde series video where I focus all my attention on one specific horde. And on this video, it is the LOBERT Draw Ridge Horde that gets my full attention. Right then, the LOBERT Draw Ridge Horde is 300 strong. They reside in the southwest area of the Highway 97 region. And this horde is one of the few hordes that is available to take on as soon as you first reach the south. And as well as this, it's also worth knowing that this horde is the largest official horde in the Highway 97 region. Now, a lot of methods to take out this fantastic horde, but as always, I'm going to show exactly where they are on the map. Now, that is their daytime location right there. Basically, the railway tunnel that they stay in, and you don't have very far to look for their water location or their feeding location. As you can see, this horde does not move too far at all from their daytime location, which makes them an exceptionally easy horde to find. Now, worth knowing, there are no less than 7 easy kill areas for this horde, so this is going to be fun. Let's do this. Right then, on to the first method, and as always I like to start with what I call a conventional method, a way that most people will probably go about taking out the horde the first time they get here. And I like to employ a twist of sorts whenever I get the chance, and this one is no exception. Now, the area that I am eventually looking to take them to is right over here, and basically this bridge section here, a lot of people when they first meet this horde will try and take them over here, and it's a good way of taking out this horde. I am simply making life a little bit easier for myself by creating a bit of a barrier. Now, this isn't going to stop this horde, but it is going to severely slow them down, especially when the horde gets to this particular area, because it's close to their boundaries of how far they're willing to run to chase you. Because this particular horde is very territorial. When you get past certain sections, they just lose interest, as most of the hordes do. But anyways, I've got the bike in place, and I'm looking to start my attack from right here. Basically because the horde do have a little bit of work to get to this position, and it gives me time to take out quite a few of them just with gunplay. So that's how I'm going to start this. So far so good. As you can see, they're congregating nicely there. I could even take the time to throw a napalm Molotov there if I liked, but I'm not going to bother. I'm purely going to take out this horde here just with gunplay. And at this point, I'm not even looking behind me until I get to this area. Yep, they're still coming, but now I'm going to start to move over to my left, and you'll see as they get nearer to me, yeah, there is room for some of them to get past. But look at what that's doing there. Between the sandbags and the bike, it's doing a fantastic job of holding up the horde. And it just makes taking them out here quite an easy affair. So at this point, yep, as I mentioned before, they are very territorial. When it starts to get to near the end of the bridge here, they do just lose interest. So at this point now, I'm starting to basically walk back towards them and start taking them out when I get the chance. And yeah, I've started to get, albeit a small section of the horde coming back here, so again, I'm just going to move back, take my time, and take them out. And it's basically a case of rinse and repeat. If you do start to get them where their numbers seem a little bit overwhelming, just start running back to where the bike is and take them out from there. But at this point now, I've taken out a good majority of them. There's not going to be that many of them left. The last ones will probably be residing in the tunnel section, because it's very rarely you manage to get the entire horde out when taking them out this way. So at this point, I am going to give myself a bit of distance. That's about as far as I need to get here. And I'm going to take out the last of them from here. It's a nice position to take them out here because the numbers are not that great now. and because of that they are going to struggle to get to your position by flanking you. They're just coming at you the one way. And there shouldn't be too many more of them now. This horde is just about done, and it's a fantastic way of taking out the horde without using any of your resources. So if you want a nice no frills way of doing it, you'll not get much better than this, folks. Right then, on to the first easy kill location, and as with most of these easy kill locations, this one takes place during the daytime. Now, here's how this one's going to go down. I first of all need to get to the other side of the railway section here. I'm basically heading up here, and yep, you've guessed it, folks, it's another rock climbing exercise with the bike. I'm actually going to just walk up this particular section here. Now if you just watch the line that I'm taking, it's actually not too bad a climb at all. So when I get the bike there, yep, I'm coming off that rock because I want to get to the top of this one right here, and would you fucking believe it, that's my bike just gone. However, it's all good, that saves having to get it down after I've taken care of this horde. So at this point I'm actually going to start with a flashbang. I just want to get them out. The trouble is here, this is not actually a bad thing. Basically the horde has no idea where I am at the moment. They simply cannot see me. So I am going to take the time to reduce their numbers significantly with napalm molotovs, because look at how well they congregate below me here. And these bad boys take out a hell of a lot of freakers when they're congregated like that below you. So already that will easily be well over half of the horde size taken care of. So I'm just going to bunch them again before hitting them hard with another napalm molotov. And after this one, I'm actually going to move from this rock area to a slightly lower section where the horde will see me. Okay, let's do this. Down onto this section and watch the horde now. Yep, they know exactly where I am now. So they are going to be attacking me from two different directions, but it doesn't matter because their numbers are so heavily depleted. I am completely safe at this point here. The World War Z style tactics that they would normally like to employ will do them no good here whatsoever. They simply don't have the numbers to be effective. And from here, I'm just basically going to take the time to take out the last of this horde with gunplay only, because don't really need to bother with any more resources now. The job here is just about done. So this shouldn't take long at this point. No. Here we go, I think this is the last ones. Come on. Yep, there we go. Very nice. And that is it. That is the first easy kill location done and dusted. If you want to do it safely, that's how I recommend you go about doing it. Right then, on to easy kill location number 2, and this one also takes place during the daytime. Now, for this one to work, I actually have two sections of rock that I actually have to climb with the bike in order to get to the area that I need to be at. But the good news here is that they're quite easy climbs. Now the first one is quite simply making sure that I get onto that next ledge section right there. So I just take an angle like that and no problem, the bike goes up there, no problem. But from here, I want to be turning the bike round because the next section, it's actually marked in the rock anyways. You can see the rock formation there, and just follow this line and you'll get to the top, no problem at all. And once up here, it's all good. So I do have a very specific spot in mind, and it is right there. Because I know that when I'm there, the horde, when they eventually get to me, can see me. So at this point now, I've just to attract them. So a little bit of gunplay, but I am going to speed this process up a touch by using a flashbang. So there we go. Once that goes off, yeah, I will get their attention and they will eventually get to me here. Obviously, the tunnel is quite some way away from this location, so You have to give them a bit of time, especially as it's all uphill, but here they come. I do have the luxury of survival vision, so I'm definitely going to use it. And there is a nice spot right there that I use just to pick off a few of them as they're heading to this location. So it's certainly worth taking down the numbers as they're getting near me. And yeah, as you can see now I'm starting to get some real worrying numbers. I say worrying because now I'm going to have to start thinking about freakers that are below me, because the numbers now are great enough that they can give me issues. So yeah, napalm molotovs, here we go. And from this position here, about 3 napalm molotovs will seriously decimate this horde. Because they're congregated so well below me, the napalm molotovs will take out 60 to 70 every time, guaranteed, just because they are so well bunched. So yeah, I'm just waiting a little bit just to let the rest of the freakers join the party. And yeah, I'm going to hit them hard again. And now I should be in a very good position indeed. In fact, at this point, I'm just going to go with it. And yeah, although I don't have the luxury of a red bar at the top that gives me a good idea of the horde's numbers that I have left to defeat, the fact that they're getting nowhere near me height-wise, basically is a very good indicator. You know at that point, yeah, the numbers, you're maybe lucky if there's about 40 to 50 of them left at that point. And there we go. That is easy kill location number 2, done and dusted. Okay, on to the next method. Right then folks, on to easy kill location number 3, and this one takes place during the daytime. Now, it's worth knowing that of all the easy kill locations that I show, this one is probably the easiest to execute, because the setup for this one is exceptionally easy. You do not require the use of the bike to get the job done with this, and when you are in place, you even have the luxury of a bit of control over the horde. So, it basically centres around this area here. I'm heading over to this cliff section, look over, there are 2 very nice drops, and I'm going to use them to get to this rock area here. Now, very important, when you're on this rock, you ideally want to be about halfway down or a little bit further, just to ensure that the horde will congregate directly below you when you come out. But as always, because this is a very large horde, you need to be hitting them hard. So I'm going with a napalm molotov, and after this I'm going with gunplay, because I want to make sure that the freakers at the very top do not get to my position. If you're not on point where you're shooting, you will get 1 or 2 of them up there, I assure you. I'm simply going to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so at this point it's going to be another napalm molotov, and here's where the control comes in. I'm on a bit of a breather, just head to the top of this rock and look what happens. Start heading up the hillway and try and get you from the top section. Just make sure that doesn't happen by moving back down. When they're coming back down, you can either take them out with gunplay like what I'm doing, or you can just hit them with more napalms. So at this point now, I do have a fantastic amount of control over this horde now, because I've got the numbers so well down. And it's quite literally a case of now just taking care of the last ones. Now at this point I do want to put a little bit of a shout out to the gent who actually put me onto this location. A gent who I've named in a few other videos in the past, and that is Simon Lee. Simon, thank you so much for discovering this location. Can't believe I actually missed this one, because I'm usually pretty good on checking out the cliff areas, but this particular one I missed. But thanks to yourself, mate. Not a problem, and a very nice one to be showing everybody. Look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, on to easy kill location number 4, and this one also takes place during the daytime. Now, this one is actually a variation on a previous easy kill location that I'd showed in an earlier video. And that particular method I'm not going to show on this one, because it took longer to set up, it was more tricky, and you didn't have anywhere near as much protection as what you do with this one. And this is how this one goes down. I'm looking to get the bike onto this rock section here. If you just make sure you're close to the fence line when using the bike, you'll get up there no problem. And of course, now that the bike's up there with me, I can replenish ammunition very quickly should I require it. Probably won't be required on this run, so but it's nice to know that it's there if I decide to go nuts with the guns. But anyhow, I've used the weapon just to get their attention. Now that they're coming out, I want an attractor just to bunch them up. And I'm going to start by hitting them with a couple of grenades. And then after that, I'm going to hit them with a napalm molotov. This will deplete their numbers very quickly. So for the 2 grenades, I'll basically get about 60 kills. And I'll probably get at least 60 kills with that one napalm molotov right there. But right now, I'm just I'm a little bit close to that rock. I've moved back a touch. From here, I'm focusing on all the freakers that are heading up now, because look at the line of sight here. This is fantastic. I'm not worried about the ones that get past me, because they will, once they all get up here, they'll keep on poking their head out from the fence line area, and you can just pick them off with these. But I'm getting another grenade over there, and yeah, a bit more gunplay. So from here now, the numbers are already very manageable. So from this point on, I'm basically just going to use gunplay. There's no point in messing around with anything else now. They're poking their heads up nicely here every time, so I don't even have to do much more. If you do want to get more of their numbers over, you can basically move forward on the rock. And that will get them more in view. But at the same time, you're risking taking a few stabs. And in my opinion, it's just not worth it. Yeah, I'm always getting 1 or 2 that are coming out and showing themselves. So, and I will actually show when it gets near the end of this run that you can take out some of them as well that are actually behind that fence line, because it is possible to shoot them. If you are going to try and shoot them from behind the fence line, just make sure that you have quite a powerful weapon. Ideally something like the IDF Bub that I have here, or even a Chicago chopper. That will also do the job nicely. So at this point, IDF, and here we go. I'll take out a few of them here, and I'm actually a bit stupid here. I just realised, yeah, I've got survival vision, so bloody well use it. And there we go. Job done. Sure you'll all agree, a nice, safe, easy way to take out this horde. Okay, on to the next. Right then, on to easy kill location number 5, and this is one of 2 easy kill locations that take place at night. And in this case, it is the water area that I'm looking to target them from. Now, the action basically takes place from this bridge that I'm on right now. I don't require the use of the bike for this particular method. I'm just looking to get to one side of the bridge. Doesn't matter which, you could go to the other side and then just head to this position. But basically, once you get over here, you have really good protection on the other side from any other predators that might be about, and also freakers, of course. And at the same time, they really struggle to actually see you from this position. So you do get an awful lot of protection. But I will warn you all, this is a rather slow method. It does take a bit of time, especially as you're not that close to the horde. And the other thing that makes this particular method take so long is that I'm very close to their boundary, where they basically stop having any interest in chasing you. So at the moment, I do actually have a little bit of action here. There is a few of them heading towards my position, but just watch as this goes on. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 that I've got to the top section finally. They're not getting any further. But look at this. Already the rest of them have they've given up. They're heading back. So it's just a case of rinse and repeat here, basically using attractors. I'll try using a few more throwables, and I will eventually end up taking them all out with gunplay. So I'm basically just going to let this one play out, and I'll rejoin with the commentary much nearer the end, because this one does take a wee bit of time. Okay, at this point, not too many of them left, and something that I didn't explain at the beginning, I want to explain right now because it's as good a time as any. I am going to be needing some more ammunition for the other weapons, and this is why I parked the bike the way I did at the beginning. If you have it nice and close, you can basically access the bike with the saddlebags in order to get more ammunition very safely indeed. So from here it is more just rinse and repeat. And it's also worth knowing that there is a channel that I follow, fantastic gent that goes by the name of Grey Ghost Gamers, does some amazing Days Gone content. At the time when I was making this video, he was actually showing a video of taking out the Horde in the very same way, and he does actually go into a lot more detail than what I do. He had some quite interesting stuff on his, but I had already filmed this at the time, so I didn't employ some of the things that I had heard from his channel. But if you get the chance, give his video a watch. His videos are always very entertaining. But anyhow, yeah, I'm getting to the stage, it's like bloody sod it. Let's just get off this fucking position and get the last of them taken care of. Basically, I'm not seeing any more of them now, so there must be one hiding somewhere. Or two, or three. Thank God, it's one. And there we go. I can't see that many people wanting to use this particular method because of how long it takes, but it's a very safe one, so give it a go. Right then, on to easy kill location number 6, and this also takes place at night and beside their watering grounds. Now, worth knowing, this one is very similar to the previous method that I've shown, where I'm going to an area where the Horde are simply going to struggle to see me. But the good news is, you're a damn sight closer to the Horde for taking them out this way. This one is an awful lot quicker now. Do pay good attention to where I park that bike. It does need to be at the very top there, but it needs to be in a way where you can actually get around the bike and get to this position. Because once you're here, yeah, it's all good. You are a bit closer to the Horde, so it does make life a whole lot easier, especially as you start getting near the end of the run when you're trying to take them out with gunplay. But right now, I'm just going to hit them hard with grenades. And it's the tried and tested method. You just fire one in. When the grenade goes off, all the freakers basically move in towards the epicenter of the blast, just because of the noise. And yeah, you just fire another one in, so you take out quite a few. Yeah, very good. So now, I'm just going to get some more gun practice in here. This should not take too long, folks. Yeah, not that many to go now, folks. And I've got to say, when you're actually taking them out this way, it's very relaxing and therapeutic. This particular method could realistically be passed off as a stealth option, because they simply cannot see you to hell. No, I don't have that many more. I will eventually come off this position just to clean up the last of them, because when you get down to the last few, you're not really facing any real danger. So it's just keeping going, taking them out. And the IDF pup is a fantastic weapon to get the job done from here, by the way. I mean, there is obviously others, but it is one of the most accurate guns that you can get for the job. The US 5.56, if you happen to have that as well, another fantastic weapon for if you want to take the horde out like this, by the way. But yep, the IDF pup will do fine. So now I'm heading down for the last of them, and there we go. Very nice. Definitely want to consider that, but on to the next method, folks. Right then, on to the last of the easy kill locations, and this is what I call death from above, and for very good reason. This method takes place during the daytime, and it'll probably come as no surprise when you see where the point of attack is coming from. Yep, you guessed it, it's that bridge right over there. So, also worth knowing that the horde can get to your position. Be very aware of that. And they will come at you from two sides as well to try and get you. But if you go about this in the right way, by the time they notice you, you will be able to take out the last of them with ease. So this is how it's going to go down. I do want attractors in play, and I'm going with 3 of them. I'm really, there's no expense spared here. Get over here. Yep, it's napalm time. I'm hitting them hard because they're congregating nicely on those 3 spaces. Yeah, so they're getting it. That lot that are coming out, yep, they've already seen me. Look at this. You just watch how many of them are going to be left after this attack. Not many. I'm going down with a grenade over there as well, because they are going to try and basically climb up at that section over yonder. Got to get another attractor in play. I just want to keep control, because I am in a position where I know I am potentially in danger if they do get up to me in numbers. I'm just going to make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, look at this. How good is this? So I do have 1 or 2 strays now. And I've actually taken care of them that well that they're basically all trying to get to me from one side. And there we go. How bloody easy is that? Yep, there we go. Job done, and yeah, a little bit gung-ho there, but if you do a dive roll, you will take minimal damage. Okay, on to the next method. Right then, on to the next method, and this is what I like to call the intelligent method. And when you see how this plays out, you'll see why. Because I have been so looking forward to showing this method on my video. Because just watch this. This is all about horde manipulation at its finest. Now, everybody will be looking at me thinking, yeah, okay, yeah, you're doing another bit of bike moving where you're going up rocks and whatnot. No, I am not. All I'm doing is looking to get this bike in a very specific spot. It's right here. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, yes, it'll slow down the horde a bit, but that is not the main reason. I am altering the course of their movements when they're trying to get to my position. Because although they can get to me here, throughout this entire run, I promise you folks, I'm not fucking moving from this spot. They're not going to get me. And this is no idle boast. Just watch how this plays out. I've taken full advantage of the fact of the route that they're going to have to take to get to me, first of all. So I am going to significantly reduce their numbers by the time they even get near me. Because from here, it's fantastic. You have so many options at your disposal. So I'm going first of all with grenades. And when they are there, I'm going to hit them hard with napalms. They are congregating so well, and they're actually struggling to get up that point, so it's all good. So that's enough there. Now I'm simply moving to this side. And watch this. I'm going to start to hit them just as they come down here. They've got to fire off that section every time. By doing this, they're actually going to start to build a bit of a wall here. I'm not saying that they're all going to end up where it's a case where the freakers simply can't get me. That's not the case. They will. But a lot of them, they're firing off there so fast that they're actually going over onto the next section. They're firing off this cliff edge, and they're having to basically run right around in order to get back to me. All I'm doing is just picking them off. This is so much fun. You will occasionally get one or two that manage to get to you. Like that, no problem. As long as you've got a fast firing weapon. And I wholeheartedly recommend the SMP9 for taking them out like this. Basically because it is the fastest reloading weapon you can possibly get. The job is a good. And that pile is getting larger. It will get to the stage eventually where they simply can't get to my position. But I'm just keeping going. Look at this. This isn't really that bad, is it, folks? It's eventually getting to the stage where I'm going to have to start using survival vision, because I'm struggling to see where they are now when they land. Again, they're just firing off. The very few that do manage to get through, yeah, they are still managing to get through at the moment, but this is the other problem as well. When they're firing off there now, their sight is obscured, they're just struggling. They do know where I am, but their behaviour is very strange indeed. And it just makes for a fantastic, easy kill area. Although I'm not officially calling it one, because they can get to you, but look at that. I've never moved from that spot. If you get the chance, folks, give that one a try. That is an extremely fun way to take them out. And what the frickin' heck, there must be a screamer about somewhere, because that is quite a number of freakers still all of a sudden. But I've taken out the LOBERT DRAW RIDGE HORDE. Never mind. Extra freaker rares from me. There we go. Jesus Christ, another one. Okay, I think that is now definitely it. On to the next method, folks. Right then, folks, as always, I like to include a stealth option for anyone who chooses to take out the horde in this manner. And this method will take place during the daytime. And truth be told, it's actually a section of this area that I've already shown, but I am going to use it for a far easier method. All involves climbing up this rock section here, and I'm going to take a little bit more time just to make sure that the bike will actually stay this time where I'm going to park it. I don't expect it to fire off the cliff edge like it did before. From here, I'm looking to get up to this section before I start to engage them. And look at this. It's the perfect way to take out this horde in this fashion, because they can't see me from here. I can basically just go to town with my attractors and my napalm molotovs. And because you can congregate them so well down here, yeah, you can take them out pretty quickly and super safe. As far as a stealth option goes for this horde, this is as good as you'll get, folks, honestly. Yeah, it's just napalms, and more napalms. We'll probably use another attractor of some sorts just to sort of bring them back together in order to take out the last of them. In fact, ideally a normal attractor, so that I could basically then throw another napalm molotov down there. I've got plenty of them. You're always saving your napalm molotovs for the big hordes, so always worth using them on this one. And this is going to take out most of their numbers. The only thing to consider, by the way, if you are doing it this way, if you're trying to take on this horde early, be very aware that you're not going to have the use of napalm molotovs, because when you first reach the south, you simply don't have access to these bad boys. So you will really have to go with other methods. Basically your grenades or your pipe bombs, but it doesn't matter. From this area, it's all good. I did see one or two freakers there running along, almost as if they'd spotted us, which was kind of unusual, but because they shouldn't be able to see you at all from this position. So now there's still actually a surprising amount now down there, so just another pipe bomb into the mix, and yeah, that's the only thing I do not like about this. It is pretty intensive on your resources, but at the same time, if you just want to have a hassle-free way of getting the job done, yeah, it's all good. And I'm now not going to mess about with any more resources. I just want them taken out with gunplay. A lot easier in the end. And that is it. Job done. So, again, I'm coming off there a bit gung-ho style, but it's all good as long as you use the dive rolls. So, on to the last run, folks. Right then, as always, I like to finish the video with a quick method. It's just a bit of fun. This is going to take place during the daytime, and this is how you take out the LOBERT Draw Ridge Horde very quickly indeed. Now, how this is going to play out is basically I'm looking to get to their position, very close to their position. I'm going to have attractors at the ready because I want to climb up this section here and hit them from a high point. This will do maximum damage very quickly. So here we go. 2 attractors. Now I'm going with grenades. First one I want right inside the tunnel section. Then I'm hitting with another couple here. Then I'm very quickly changing to the napalm molotovs. A few there. Now I want gunplay in effect here, just to protect my position. Yep, that will do nicely. Now I'm looking to head off this section. Now it is proximity bombs time. They are going to fucking get it. I love using these bad boys. They are a fantastic way of controlling and taking out the horde. Devastating effect. I only need about 3. Now I'm going with a fast firing weapon to finish them off, and there won't be many at this point. Job done. And that is the LOBERT Draw Ridge Horde well and truly taken care of. And that brings me to the end of this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.